Well, that's fine for experts, people who want to be very knowledgeable in their field, but it sort of takes the fun out of drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Cheers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Nc'Nean's Whisky Six social. I am delighted to have food and drink author Signe Johansen joining me this week over Zoom. Welcome, Signe.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So the theme of all of these chats is about doing things differently and not necessarily following the rules. And I would love to start there and maybe have a little chat about your cocktail book, Spirited.
Okay.
Where the inspiration came from that, what you wanted to do with it.
So I've always been interested in drinks, but I was primarily focused on food. I found myself feeling quite frustrated that the drinks industry felt very male orientated. That has since changed for the better, which is a good thing. But I also found that a lot of drinks books were quite earnest and they felt like kind of, like books for anoraks, people who want to accumulate lots of random facts that they would win at their Zoom quiz, for example. And I just found myself feeling a bit like, okay, well, that's fine for experts, people who want to be very knowledgeable in their field, but it sort of takes the fun out of drinks.
Brilliant. And also break down the barriers because it can be quite intimidating otherwise, I think.
Right. Yeah.
And that's definitely something we're also trying to do with the whiskey, which I feel, has suffered from some of those same themes that you talked about, being very male-dominated historically and also being very unapproachable, at least to some people. This feeling that you have to drink it neat, or you have to do this, or you have to understand the difference between a single malt and a blend. So that resonates with me a lot. So we're going to make a Whisky Six, which is just a simple whiskey soda. The recipe is in the name, 2 parts whiskey, 4 parts soda over ice. We like to garnish it with a sprig of mint, but no garnish or lemon or whatever you've got is also great.
Interesting. Okay. I've gone for the classic
Amazing
soda, now known as a Whisky Six. And I have to say, it's actually my go-to drink when basically I'm not a gin and tonic kind of girl. And I know that people love gin and tonic, so I feel like I might get deported for saying this, but I just think it's a simpler, more delicious drink. I love the fact that it's not too sweet and the soda water just hits the spot, really.
It's so simple, as you say, savoury, which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And it really lets the whiskey shine through, but at 6 o'clock in the evening when you're not yet ready for some neat spirits, it's just perfect. So
Totally.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Cheers. Oh, it's so good. I mean, it's just like delicious. And also day drinking.
Exactly. What's not to love about it?
It's not even Friday yet.
Well, the other thing that I would really love to talk to you about is some of your other recipe books. And in particular, I'm totally fascinated by your solo Cooking for One book.
Okay.
It's I just love the idea of it. I love how different it is. And where did the inspiration come from? What kind of took you down that path?
It's probably my favorite book or my favorite cookbook that I've written. And so I've been cooking for myself for years. And even when I was sharing, when I had flatmates and I was sharing a flat with other people, I would, we'd all be doing our own thing and I would cook for myself. They would cook for themselves. And when I cook for myself, I can basically do whatever I want, right? So it's very liberating. You can have as much garlic as you'd like. You can have, you can chuck in, more chili. You're not bending to anyone else's rules. And I also just really like the thing of like, sometimes you just don't feel like cooking anything elaborate for yourself and you can just do something on toast and that's fine, so it's like, again, it's that thing of just valuing your time and your, feeling good about what you're eating, feeling good about yourself. And especially in current circumstances, it feels like it's really vital to be able to do that.
What's on the cards next for you? Have you got any more books up your sleeve or?
I would really like to do a history of food for children. That's one idea, but it's kind of, I'm obviously not a children's author, so it's quite a departure from what I do, and I can't draw. It's like stickmen, and that's about it. So that would be one idea. And then I've got another one, which takes me slightly beyond food and drink into kind of ideas and possibilities and joining different dots between different industries. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
How exciting. How exciting. Well, I can't wait to hear more about it. I love that idea of food and drink for children, because I think it's so important that, you get kids into this kind of stuff earlier rather than later. So
no, it's very exciting, and what a treat to be sharing this virtually, unfortunately not in person. But
I know, such a treat. Well, thanks so much for joining me, Signe. Thanks everyone for joining us this week. And if you want to follow what Signe is up to, you can follow her on Instagram at Signe S. Johansen. Cheers.